Hello, ladies. Welcome to our call. I am so excited. We have a very special guest who has blown all of our minds. It is only March, and this has been an incredible year already for her. And I don't even need to say much because the wisdom is all in there, the growth is there, and as you guys know, we recently had a diamond panel, and we are doing a diamond panel or a diamond intern spotlight on Jeanie tonight because that is just what is necessary, and that is what's going down tonight. So I can't wait to hear what you have to share with us, and just so grateful that you're here. So thank you, Jeanie.
Well, thank you for having me. I just feel like I just did what I was told, and wow, things happen. Um, so yeah, I missed the diamond panel. So I'm super excited to share with you my answers to the questions that were put to us, or actually we came up with these questions ourselves, really, because they were questions that we had before we started, and so we were like, we need a little bit of help. So we just want to help you because that's what we do. Leaders in this group, I mean, like Melanie Mitro shares her information with people like you would not believe. So I'm like a tiny little peon, a little drop in the ocean that is Beachbody, but I'm going to share what I know. So one question was, what is one major success that I've had since starting this group? Last month, which was the first month that we did this diamond internship, February, I hit SC16. Now, I just want to tell you people, give you a little bit of perspective. Last year, from February to November, I had a grand total of 2 SC points. 2 from February to November. And in December, I was like, girlfriend, this is not the way this is going to be. Like, something needs to change. I don't know exactly what it is, but something needs to change. And so I went all in. I started connecting more with the leaders on this team, Christy, Marcy, and Corinne, of course, Coco, our fearless leader. And like, their goodness just like seeped down. And so we've heard it said that you are the sum of the 5 people you're closest to. And so I started spending so much more time with these ladies and people. It's the truth. You really do soak in what other people share with you. So December and January, December hit SC8, January hit SC10, and in February when we started this diamond internship, I hit SC16. And today I heard something that somebody said, like, I think it was Tony Robbins, that once you do something impossible, like walk on fire, you think, all this other stuff that I thought was impossible, now it must be possible. Like, what have I been missing out on because I thought it was impossible? That's SC16 for me. Like, blow my mind. I thought that I was going to be stuck in this rut of SC2 for 9 months in a row. No, it doesn't have to be that way. So that is super awesome. Like, that was a major goal for me to break out of that rut of not helping people. I mean, like, I'm in this business to help people, and I was failing at that. So when you're failing at it, then that's when you make change. Like, okay, something's not working. And yes, exactly. Bust that ceiling. Like, get it out of here. Something's not working. Make a change. And so, yeah, doing the diamond internship was just another step on that ladder. So let's see. One question was, how much time daily did you dedicate to this group? That's kind of a difficult question for me to answer. The requirements of the group were that we invite 5 people every day and that we post intentionally, and we would have to do personal development and do a video about it every day. And so, like, that means at least 15 minutes of personal development. That's semi-easy for me. I listen to a podcast every day on my way to work, and so then I would do my video the last several minutes of my drive. I listen to all kinds of different podcasts. If you guys want suggestions, I got a boatload of them. But in any moment that you have, like when my boys are outside now and I'm doing the dishes, I put in a podcast. When I'm driving home, I put in a podcast. When I'm out for runs, like in the summer when I'm running, I put in a podcast. It's just, excuse me, I have a cold. You just do it whenever you can. You fit in that personal development, because I tell you what, it was my mind that got me fat and depressed and alone. And it's my mind that's going to get me in a community, fit, and helping other people do the same. And so it's personal development that's going to do that. And so to answer the question about how much time I devoted to this every day, like I already listened to personal development. So it was another 5 minutes maybe to do this video. Then the requirement to invite 5 people. Some days it was just like, bam, 5 minutes, I'm done, because I had a plan. Like something that I learned in this diamond internship was that it's not just inviting. Like inviting isn't the only thing. You have to actually be talking to new people every day so that 2 weeks down the road, you have 5 new people to invite. That's just the way it works. You can't just like, you don't want to just reach out to somebody new, like a new contact, and say, boom, you want to come to my challenge group? They'll be like, who are you? Unfriend, right? You want to start with a conversation, like whatever it was that connected you to them, you want to start on that vein and then move along, get to know them and find their pain point. And if it takes you a month, like Bob Heilig, we've been in this mastermind with Bob Heilig. He teaches that you don't want to invite people for 30 days after you friend them and get to know them. So that gives you 30 days to have conversation with them. I mean, I'm sure there's give and take with anything. There's exceptions, but that gives you 30 days to get to know them and actually figure out what their pain point is. And that means like, what do they struggle with? Are they alone? Are they depressed? Do they feel like there's no hope? Do they feel like they aren't fit? Like, did they go to CrossFit for years and get no results like me? Well, I mean, like part of that had to do with my food. Well, did you have any idea that food is the pain point, that you thought, this is me, again, nachos with lettuce on top is a salad because, you know, it has lettuce, right? Like maybe that's a pain point. Obviously, I needed help with portions. I had no idea. My husband knew. He was too nice to like really lay it down on me, thankfully. So inviting, some days you can just invite 5 people. You're like talking to them one day and then the next day you're like, okay, is enough time, enough chitter chatter, enough dating. I'm going to ask them out. And so those days, the 5 invites just fly by. Other days, you're just like, man, I kind of have to work. Like on those days, I would go through my friends list and I would look through, okay, who have I communicated with recently? Who has commented on my posts? Who has liked my posts? I will go through all my posts and reach out and say, hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Like, whatever, like my daily sunshine with my son. Would you be interested in trying this for your son? Like my kid loves it. It's good, whatever. So some days it takes longer. So I'm going to estimate that it takes like an hour. Some days it takes a whole lot longer than that. And I also want to tell you that I work full time and I do all my Beachbody work when I'm at home, except for calls like this. I do all my Beachbody work when I'm at work, except for my calls like this when I'm at home. My husband just wants me to be home with him. And I mean, you know, I want to be home with him too. And with my son, that's kind of why I got married and why I had a kid, is so I could be with him. And that's why I'm doing this business, is so I can be a stay-at-home mom, right? So I do all of my work when I'm at work and I have a job that allows for that. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm just like Beachbody all the time. I have 5-minute pockets. So if you're looking like, how can I do this? How can I make it work? You want to take 5-minute pockets and you want to put it to good use. So like, say you have 5 minutes, you're going to say, okay, in these next 5 minutes, I'm going to go to a group that I'm active in and I'm going to start friending people, start conversating with them, whatever. Take that 5 minutes and you're going to focus on that. And then you have to go do your job, whatever the case may be, and then you have another 5 minutes. Then you're going to come back and you're going to say, I'm going to look through all my posts that I've done and all my likes, and I'm going to just start messaging people. Hey, thanks so much for your support. It is so hard to put yourself out there like this, and I just really appreciate your support. Are you on a health and fitness journey? If it was a post about health and fitness. If it was a post about food, are you trying to eat clean? If it was a post about your kid, do you have kids? Anything like that to start conversation. Just 5 minutes. Yes, very intentional. You have to be intentional. So I don't know. To answer that question, an hour to 2 hours, some days more, some days less. It just all depends. And add that in, that you're adding new friends every day, that you're starting new conversations with new people every day, and you're following up with all the people that you messaged yesterday. So yeah. One thing I wanted to say, I wrote this down. You want to get to know them, pockets of time. What changed since starting this diamond internship? So in December, I got SC8. In January, I got SC10. And in February, we started this internship. And what really changed? See, I had moments of success in my past, but what really changed is consistency. No, my check did not spike up when I started this in this group. It's because it was already way higher than it had been for months, for a whole entire year, but it has stayed the same. It has stayed the same since we started that. And that had never happened before, ever. Like I posted today, in the last 4 months since just going all in, I have made more than I made in the 15 months prior since I started coaching. Does that not blow your mind? It blew my mind when I did the math. It is incredible. And that is because of this diamond internship group, that it makes me super intentional. Like other times I would say, yeah, I'm going to really invite, I'm going to really push, I'm going to do this. And then I reach SC 8 or 10 and I'm like, oh, phew, man, that was awesome. You know, I'm really good at this. I think I'll just rest. And then I would get SC 0, right? But with this group, you're pushed every day to invite. And so that is what has changed, is consistency. I would never before have invited 5 people every day of the week for every day of the month without this group. Now, my ladies, how does this group change how I feel about my team? Like, I have a team. I love these ladies that I'm in this group with. Like, I loved them before, but now I just feel like I love them even more because I see them every day. I share in what their struggles are. I read their I read their invites and I see, wow, that's really good wording. So like, we're a team. I love them. I'm sure they feel the same way about me. We just are more connected. That was what I was missing. One of the things that I was missing before I started Beachbody. I felt so alone. I felt like the only fat postpartum mom, depressed, that there was on the face of this earth. And we know that's not true. There are so many moms that are postpartum that feel fat, whether it's true or not. I know that's a body shaming word, and that's not what I mean. But that's just how I felt. I felt fat, and I felt ugly, and I felt alone in that. And now I have these ladies that we are all together. We are together in this, and we learn from each other, and we feed off each other's energy. Like, if you need somebody to help pump you up, girl, get in our Diamond Internship group. We all are working on our vibe, trying to improve it, always be at the highest vibe, and always be working our hardest. And, you know, sometimes we all are at our lowest vibe. And so then we just all have a good cry together. And then we say, okay, all right, well, that's real. And now we're going to go try again. You know, because we can't just always be up. That's not realistic, right? But at least we have a community of women that we can do things together with. I mean, in like Summit, it's going to be just like one party after another. Yes, there's going to be some classes. Yes, there's going to be some dancing, you know, all kinds of good stuff. Okay. How difficult was this to incorporate in your life and daily habits? It was a challenge, I gotta say, because I work full time. I am a mom. My husband wants me to be home when I'm home. I also have a full-time job. Some days I'm super busy at work. So it was a challenge. So that's when I learned to work in 5-minute pockets. That's when you learn efficiency. So one of the questions is, what advice do you have to give to someone who wants to do this but is hesitant? I don't necessarily have advice. I have questions. Why? Why are you hesitant? What is your goal? Like, are you in this as a discount coach? Then probably this group is not for you. But are you in this to make a change for your life? If you're in this to make a change for your life, to bring more income into your family, for me, to be a stay-at-home mom, or whatever, work 2 days, whatever, to be a stay-at-home, so I can be with my son. If that is your intention, you have nothing to lose. Nothing. You have everything to gain. Yes, it's going to take time. Yes, it's going to take effort. Yes, it's going to take some money. You might need to invest in some Beachbody products that you've never tried before, just to try something new. Yes, it's going to take emotion, because let me tell you, when you go from SC 16 to a SC big fat goose egg 0, from the 31st to the 1st, it's just like, boom. Oh my goodness, I got to do all that again. Are you kidding? It's going to take effort, but you have nothing to lose. Are you afraid? That's so normal. Listen to more personal development. Do you have doubts? That's so normal. So do I. So do all of us. That is, listen to more personal development. You got to find somebody you jive with. You got to find somebody who pumps you up, that helps you deal with those emotions. Okay. So like I said, I don't have advice. I just ask yourself these questions. If you want this, if you want this business, if you believe in the mission statement of this company, and you believe that it is fulfilling for you to help other women, then do it. This diamond internship is going to help you do that. Period. Amen. Okay. What was my average SC before and now? So like I told you all about that this month of March, I have 2, big fat 2. I had a return, so I earned 4, but anyways, I'm at 2. But I'm still working. You know what? Before, I would have to say, it's the 27th, Tuesday. I have until Saturday. Before, I would be like, well, all hope is gone. Like, there's no hope. I mean, like, I'm only at 2. My goal for this month is 10. I mean, like, I may as well just give up. And then I would. Girlfriends, that's not what this girlfriend is doing. I am just like, okay, I just called a couple girls today and I said, give me some ideas. What can I do something different? How can you help me change? I want to try something different because for me, it's a non-negotiable. If you want to, I wrote this down on I wasn't planning on saying this right now, but if you want to improve in your life, you have to raise your standards. You have to turn your shoulds into musts, right? I should reach SC10. I must reach SC10. Now, does that mean I'm going to go dance naked on Facebook Live? No, that's not what I'm talking about. But I am going, I know, I'm sorry. But I am going to figure out a way, right? I'm going to punt, plan B, do something different because I'm turning what I want. It is a must, not negotiable. I'm going to make it happen, right? Okay. Paychecks increased. Why be a diamond? I guess I just said that. Like, if you want to succeed in this business, diamond is a stepping stone. And if you want to be a diamond, you need to live like a diamond, work like a diamond, like a star diamond, like a superstar diamond. Like, I keep asking myself this question, like, if this was easy, what would it look like? And then do it that way. Like, make it be simple, right? Why make it complicated? I make things far too complicated. So I think that is, one more thing. That's almost it. The thing that's the hardest for me, the thing that all of us were super nervous about in this group was inviting. Like, how can we come up with 5 people every day to invite? You want to know my advice for you? Eat that frog. Number one thing, like, when you're served a plate of you don't know what it is, and then, there's a little green beans, and then there might be a little rice, and then I don't know what this item is right here. What are you going to eat first? That gross, I have no idea what it is that scares the tar out of me. Yeah, that's what you're going to eat first, and that's what you need to do with inviting. The thing that scares the tar out of you, the thing that you're afraid is going to make you throw up, that's what you do first. Eat that frog. That's a summary of that book that I've never read, but I got the summary on YouTube. Pretty sure that's all that it's needed. So yeah, whatever challenges you, makes you scared, do it. Because whatever you're afraid of, that's what you need to do to grow. Whatever challenges you, that's what you need to do to improve. It's worth it. It's worth it. So that's what I got for y'all. Thanks for listening.
Oh my goodness. Yes. I know that you answered.
You're muted.
Am I?
I can't hear you anyways. Oh, you know what? I turned the sound off.
Oh. That's smart though. So it wouldn't distract you. Yeah. I know that we talked about a little bit before you answering the questions and then just kind of tying it into anything that you wanted to share, like just your own feedback about the group. I know you did kind of tie some of that in, but was there anything else that you wanted to share about the group or, maybe with your downline that is watching, anything like that?
Christy, do you need to, is this adding on to that? Or?
I have a question for you.
I
just made it up. I just made it up, guys. If you guys are like, what is she doing? Petting a cat? No, I'm taping my extensions so that they can go in, you guys. Multitasking, okay? These have to go in before my birthday. All right, my question for you to kind of tell everybody else who's watching and whose thing is, what type of, and this would be a good question for the panel too last week, is what advice can you give somebody for like their mindset to go into the group? Like, what do you feel like you had to change your mindset in order to be able to just really rock the group? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
to go into this group, you want to be teachable. You want to be willing to try something new. You want to be willing to be challenged and do that thing that scares you. I mean, like, man, I don't think I posted transformation pictures at all. I mean, and I'm still not that great at it, really. And I've definitely never posted one in my bikini because, like, that's too much skin for this girlfriend. I'm working up to it. But, like, that is something that scares me, right? I'm afraid of what people will think. I was a minister for 11 years. Probably 1,000 of my 1,500 friends are people that believe like I do. And like, there's the modesty thing that I'm like, so anyways, like, I'm still working up. That doesn't mean that, like I said, you have to dance around Facebook naked at all. Like, you want to be willing to be challenged, but within your integrity. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and be teachable. Like, the leaders in the group are going to say, hey, when you invite, instead of wording like this, word like that. And if you get super offended, it's not going to work for you. It's not going to work for anybody, right? So if you're teachable and you're like, okay, they are trying to help me grow, and then you implement, lo and behold, you grow. It's super weird. It actually is effective. So I'm trying to think of my input with the group, like, it does get to be a grind. Like, I'm not going to kid you. Like, this is a job. It is work. It's not always exciting. Sometimes it is boring. But it's also like, some days you just have to remind yourself that mindset, like, maybe today's 5 people, maybe they're the ones who were me. And we're just waiting for their Emily to email them and say, hey, do you want to try this? Here's some hope.
Chills.
And that would make it a whole lot more real. Like, it would just take it like, oh my goodness, I have to invite 5 more people, and take it to be like, these are women who need help. They need hope. And maybe I can help them today.
I love that.
Yeah.
Perfect answer. I loved it.
I think, Jeanie, you just said something so clear about where your integrity and where your intentions lie. And one of the things I always think about before I'm going to do something, whether it's like a goal I'm setting for my business or a post that I'm posting, I ask myself, like, am I not comfortable with what I'm about to post, or what new, like, I have a big goal for 2018 that is something I've wanted to do for a couple of years, and it scares me, and and it's costly and all these types of things. And I have to ask myself, does this make me uncomfortable because it doesn't align with who I am and my integrity and my morale? And does it not align with me? Or am I uncomfortable because I'm scared of the work that's going to come with it?
Right.
Am I scared because it's going to take more work, and I got to pay thousands of dollars, and I need to invest, and there's going to be work, right? But you have to think, like, what doesn't feel good? Is it a good fear, or is it a bad fear? Because and so it's like, and then the other part of what you said that ties in, that is you posting and being a coach with intention. Like Marcy already talked about, commented on the side chat earlier. And you've just made that almost your entire message here has been that, without even saying it, your entire input, your entire takeaway has been turning into a coach with intention.
Yeah.
And it has grown your success, because here's the thing people forget, like, oh, when I invite, I'm just going to do what I have to do. Oh, when I post, I'm going to do what I have to do. Right. And the truth of the matter is nobody wants to see your post if you're just doing it because you have to. Right. If we're not thinking of, exactly like I tell myself all the time, I think of, one of my personally sponsored coach, like, would this reach Marcy 3 years ago? Would this and I think of that, and I'm like, this wouldn't be deep enough for her. Right. This wouldn't be enough to make her know I'm here. So I dig deeper and I go harder, right? Because I'm like, show them, like, we are intentional.
Yeah.
That's what you've proven with this.
And be real. Like, I was trying to think the other day, like, what about Emily? Like, she invited me probably 3 times and I said, no, until I saw one of her posts about a clean eating group. And I had been stalking her for a while. And I was trying to think, what about her actually drew me to her? And it was her authenticity and realness in her live videos. Like, really, it wasn't anything in particular that she said, although it might have been now. I don't remember. But it was just, she was so real and so authentic and just herself and without apology. Like, okay, I relate to that. Okay, that's who my people are going to need.
Yeah.
That's what my people are going to need to see. Just realness and from the heart, and
well, and being like exactly, being authentically you. People could tell. And it's funny because sometimes we don't really know once they've already been announced for a while and stuff, like, oh, well, who does she belong to, right? Who does she belong to? But somehow people kind of already know. It's like, that Jeanie and Emily, attract each other and have a relationship, and you just nailed it. If 1,000 of your people in your friends list kind of have your background, Emily fits that too. And Emily has that energy that you have, and that realness and the natural beauty. I mean, there's so many things that are physical, but also that we can tell from, the core of who you guys are. And people pick up on those things, Notice in the beginning of the call, I'm all, is Liz yours or Emily's? That was not planned. That was not part of this. I just felt it. And you just start to kind of learn those things. And so the point with that story is that when we post authentically, we can actually attract the women that we are meant to. But if you're trying to post like Lindsay Matway and Bonnie Engel because you like their hair or because you like their post, but that's not really you, and it's not really even the hair color that makes you feel good, but you're like, but this is a successful coach and I want to do it, you will attract Lindsay Matways and you will attract Bonnie Engels. But then you guys are going to hang out at Summit and you ain't going to like each other one bit.
You'd be miserable.
She ain't going to like you. She's going to be like, your energy is totally different.
Right.
I don't even feel comfortable with you. So really putting ourselves out there and being like, yes, I ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich today, and that's not on my meal plan or whatever it is, and just owning it. And, I just think that it's incredible that this is still it's still a new internship for us. It's still a new thing, and it has brought authenticity. It has brought success, and, it's really just the beginning for this. So,
yeah.
Marcy, do you want to say anything else to tie in?
You're amazing, and I love you so much. Seriously, I'm so proud of you. Like, you literally show up every single day, and you just inspire everyone. Everyone is, gosh, it's so weird and amazing to just reflect on the first time I met you in person and just now, and like how much you've changed as a person, and just, it's amazing. It's really amazing to watch, and I can't wait to get to squeeze you again and dance in the rain with you.
Right? I was actually thinking about that today when you guys first saw me in the airport. And you guys just kind of all looked at me like, who is this chick? You were just taking me in all my glory.
Yeah,
and
of course.
We loved you from the beginning, but
it's so exciting to think
from the inside out. And no, look at you. You're running team calls. You're like a boss.
Well, I know this was
the best.
This was not part of the plan, but it's something I would like to do. Emily's going to be totally caught off guard because I didn't even mention anything about this. But Emily, I just want to unmute you. I know you have him with you. It will just make it that much cuter and sweeter and more amazing. So don't even worry. I just want to hear what you have to say just about, watching Jeannie's growth and just, how you're feeling. And we get this mama bear thing. It doesn't matter. Like, my coach could be 40 and, it doesn't matter what the age is. It's like, it's just like this mama bear. And there's times where we just break down and we're just so overjoyed, and it just makes our heart race. And so I just wanted to give Emily a moment to just share anything that she wanted to share, because she brought Jeanie to us.
Well, I mean, not that these words even need to be said, but she's such a bright and shining star. Mm-hmm. And I've already had like little, misty eyes a couple times in this call, just because I am so proud of her. And I don't feel like I can take any credit for anything, but I just love how she inspires me. And like, she's pushed me to work so much harder to help others, because I am just blown away, by her total, dedication, and it just comes out from her heart. And it's just so wonderful and beautiful. And I'm so thankful. Like, where would I be? I feel like, without her too on my team. So very, very thankful and proud.
Arms linked.
Yes, I love it. So good. It's just such a beautiful feeling. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to hit stop record.